What's good? What's up, Messy Mob? It's your girl, Messy Maya, and I am back again with another video. So today we are going to be getting into the recap and the review of the Mint and Deja Vu. Child, y'all already know it's NowThatsTV, so it's a hot mess, girl. A hot mess. So I'm not even going to waste any more of your time. Let's just go ahead and get into it because we got a lot to get through, child. Okay, so first we are going to get into the Mint. So I actually was pretty pleased with this episode. I'm not going to lie. I kind of feel like this season has been dragging, and then the whole Tenaki thing happened. And I'm just like, child, this show is just too much for me. But this episode was a really good balance. I thought it was really good. They put it together real good, girl. So the episode starts off where we left off last time, where basically Jessica Dime is checking the girls about jumping Tenaki and throwing her stuff out and, just being a bunch of bullies, child. So she checks them, and then Ferrari comes back downstairs. Girl. So Ferrari sits down in front of Jessica Dime and just has the nerve to just start fake crying. And when I say fake, girl, I mean fake as the fuck. Because, girl, you are not crying for real, girl. You might as well have just stayed where you were, child. When I tell y'all, Jessica Dime and her makeup artist was literally laughing in her face. Like, girl, you are not crying. That's how I know. Even the apology towards Tenaki, I just feel like it was not genuine, child. And even earlier when Jessica Dime was checking Ferrari, there was just no remorse. Ferrari even had the nerve to tell Jessica Dime that she feels like she shouldn't even be put up for elimination, child. So like I said, everybody in the room is calling her out on her BS, girl. You're fake crying. You're not slick, girl. Please pick up your head and stop. So the gig was up at this point. They were on to her, girl. So Ferrari picks up her head and starts smiling from ear to ear. I'm like, girl, like, she low-key reminds me of, like, my little sister. That's something that my little sister would do, like, my baby sister. Like, just, like, when the little sibling is in front of the parents and they start, but Jessica Dime was not buying it, child. She's like, girl, you're not crying. Like, literally laughing in her face, child. The gig is up, Ferrari, girl. So, but on a real note, Jessica Dime is like, all jokes aside, like, y'all, she tells Ferrari, you really need to apologize to her. Like, you sitting up here apologizing to me. Like, I'm not the one that got jumped. I'm not the one that got my stuff thrown down the stairs, girl. I'm not the one that got beat up, pretty much. Like, you're apologizing to the wrong person. You need to be apologizing to Tenaki. And it's really just like the fact that Jessica Dime even had to tell Ferrari this. Like, it's like, what you still apologizing to Jessica Dime for? What are you still apologizing to her for? It's given you're only apologizing to her because you want to keep your spot in the house, when that's really what you shouldn't even be worried about right now. If you were really remorseful, if you were really sorry, if you were really apologetic, you would have been apologized to Tenaki. Like, it's the whole next day. Like, and you didn't even apologize until you got checked about it. So Ferrari's like, I was going to do that anyway, like before, you know what I'm saying? Like, low-key but high-key telling Jessica Dime, like, I really ain't need you to tell me to do that for me to do it. Like, I was already planning to do that. Girl, you were not planning to do that, girl. You would have did it, girl. And you wouldn't have waited until Jessica Dime checked you about it to apologize. But I digress. So let's move on to the next scene, where she basically is knocking on Tenaki's door, trying to get her attention, trying to come into the room so she can apologize for, beating the Mario coins out of her. So she finally gets Les into the room, and she's basically trying to plead her case, explain that she's sorry, why she did it. Production told us to do it, this, that, and the third. I'm a grown woman, and I really just can't admit to my faults. I gotta blame everybody else but myself. It just wasn't genuine, child. I'm sorry to tell you, girl. I seen right through it. And I know a lot of people was like, oh my God, so sweet. She apologized. Not me, child. I'm just not buying it, Ferrari. Like just the last episode, basically on the same day, you just told Jessica that you feel like you didn't do anything wrong, and you were giggling and laughing. You know what I'm saying? And you said that you know what I'm saying? You feel like you didn't do nothing wrong. You feel like you shouldn't be sent home. Now, all of a sudden, you're just so apologetic. Giving each other hugs. Kumbaya. Absolutely not, child. I didn't buy it for a second, girl. So the pleading and the apologizing is over, child, and they both get up, they both hug each other. Ferrari tries to get her to come downstairs. Teneki is like, nah. Even you can tell Teneki was not really feeling it like that. Actually, because Ferrari was I'm not gonna say she was the main one, because honestly Rose was too, but like, girl, you was the first one to pounce, girl. Like, I don't think she really is trying to hear anything that you're trying to say. Like, me personally, if I was Teneki, you better than me, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're better than me, and I really wasn't messing with you before this, but I will tell you now, I kind of respect you a little bit more, girl, because for you to have that girl, to have this little hoe, this little black fishing hoe, sitting on your bed after she just did that to you, beat the Mario coins out of you, baby, and then go stand up and give her a hug and let her plead her case, girl, better than me, because I would have been cracking her and her, girl. I promise you, girl, I this is why I can't, You think you about to jump me and attack me while I'm asleep? And you think we're going to be friends? Or you think I'm going to forgive you the very next day? Or you think I'm going to be hugging you the very next day? You think you'll be sitting in my room the very next day? The room that I had to get because you kicked me out of my... Girl, next. Okay, so Ferrari gets done fake apologizing, and she goes downstairs to Nayeli. I think that's her name. If it's not, y'all, please tell me how to pronounce the chat. But I'm going to call her, I'm going to just call her, should I call her Nayeli? I'm going to just call her Nayeli. I don't think that's her name. I'm going to just call her Ellie. Okay, so she goes downstairs, talks to Ellie after, I'm sorry, I'm saying her name like that, but I don't know her name. I don't want to sit here and pronounce somebody's name wrong because, girl. Anyways, so she goes downstairs, talk to Ellie, Nayeli, whatever you want to say her name is, child. And she's basically like, I just got done apologizing to Teneki. Like it's a game or something. Like, I just got done apologizing to Teneki. Like, we're up for elimination. So if you want to go and do it to, you know what I'm saying? Get some brownie points. She didn't really say that, but that's really what it was. That's what I heard, chap. Okay. But the difference between Nayeli and Ferrari is that when Nayeli was getting checked by Jessica, she was genuinely sorry for it. Like it was all over her face. She was crying. She regretted it. She was remorseful. You know what I'm saying? She showed a lot more empathy and sympathy than Ferrari did from the beginning, girl. Okay, so I knew that the apology was going to be genuine. So as soon as she came into the room, Teneki looked kind of happy to see her. Okay. So you could tell the way that Teneki was acting towards Nayeli's apology versus Ferrari's apology was completely different. You could just tell that she knew Nayeli was just a tad bit more genuine than Ferrari was, girl. She took her a lot more serious. They were talking. Teneki was engaging more into the conversation. This was genuine to me. Me personally, okay, I thought it was more genuine, child. So they hug it out as well. She tries to get Teneki to come downstairs, but Teneki is like, nah, I'm cleaning, I'm gonna be down there. So they take a shot in the room. It was a real sweet moment, child. So after Nayeli left the room, I don't even remember this girl's name. She's that irrelevant, child. That irrelevant girl. So she comes into Teneki's room not too, what was I gonna say? Not long after Nayeli left, child, and she was just full of it, girl. It was giving Ferrari, but 10 times worse, girl. It's giving, I seen the other two come in the room, so I'm going to try to come in the room to get some brownie points and to not sit home because I'm put up for elimination for doing this to you. That's really what it was giving. Teneki seen right through it. It was very much awkward. It was weird. I don't even think that they hugged it out. Like, it was just, child, next. So the next scene does cut to Jessica Dime in Tokyo in Rose's room while she is asleep, child. This girl is knocked out, but she wakes up, talks to them more about how she regrets doing Teneki the way she did. Me personally, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. I do not care for Rose at all. Like, everything irritates me about her. Her teeth irritate me. The fact that she's 40 inside of the house irritates me. Fighting all these young girls. The fact that her hair is just, it's just too much. Like, her voice, like, I feel like she sounds like a man. Like, I don't know, like, everything about Rose just really irritates me. I feel like she has a really bad attitude. I feel like she's a hater, especially on the girls that's pretty much, that look better than her and that are doing better than her. I feel like let's keep it short, okay? So they go into Rose's room. They talk about how, do you even feel bad? Like, do you realize that you're going to see yourself on TV? Do you even feel bad about what you did? She's like, yeah, I really just, girl, you don't feel bad, girl. You were the main one who initiated it. You're not taking any responsibility for it, girl. So they talk about West, okay? They talk about West, and it actually gets revealed that West cannot have kids because she got pow-powed, okay? I don't want to say it because I don't know if I'm going to monetize or not. But she basically got pow-powed, so she has complications with her tissues and irregular period. So she's having complications having kids. So then we learned that, but we realized because the whole house knew about it. Okay, so when Teneki brought up, keep in mind, Teneki is the one who brought up kids first. So I still don't understand why West is still being like ridiculed and talked down upon for bringing up, and she wasn't even talking about Teneki's kids, girl. She was talking about you as a mother, girl. Like, let's really get into that. She was talking about you as a mother. So for you to freak out like that, girl, you're not freaking out because she quote unquote talked about your child. You're freaking out because you don't have your child, girl. Okay, she's talking about you as a parent, not your child. But whatever, girl. So they realized, so Teneki was low blowing, so she hit West where it hurt first. Yeah, she did, but nobody wanted to hold Teneki accountable for that. And that's what I'm saying. What I will agree with Rose when she said she feels like Teneki basically gets away with doing nothing. She gets away with being babysat, and she gets away with doing what she's not supposed to do, or doing what she didn't come here to do, pretty much. Just not doing her big one, pretty much, child. She gets away with the bare minimum. She gets away with not doing her big one when she came here to do just that. And she still gets handheld and babysat, child. And she still gets rewarded for it, girl. And I completely agree. Why the hell is Teneki still there? Why is she still there? Child, I agree. I'm done with this conversation, girl. They talked about West. They talked about basically Teneki talking about West first, and then West responded. So at the end of the day, her getting snuck in her sleep, she did not deserve that. She really didn't deserve it from the get-go. Even when Jessica Dawn was like, well, I told her to do that. I told her it was okay to do that because she talked about her child. What? Jessica, girl. But I'm not going to backtrack, child. Let's move on. So the very next scene, Jessica Dime is talking to the girls, and they're like, you know what? I got something planned for y'all. We're going to do a cipher. And I'm just like, thank the Lord. Y'all are finally doing a challenge, a real challenge outside of stripping. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate it, child. Okay, so they get in the Sprinter, they go, they make their way there, they write this, that, and the third, and then they perform. So I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all my favorites, because I feel like Jessica Dime played a couple people, one person in particular, child. Okay? So let's just start here. Teneki absolutely killed her performance, because not only were the lyrics okay, they were okay. They were not the best lyrics out of everybody. I'm gonna admit that. But she was really, 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 really hyped. Like, she was hyped. Like, her stage presence is really good. And I feel like that's what, I'm not going to say that's all that matters, because it's really not. But it's like, I thought she did good. I thought she did well. Good job, Teneki. You did a great job, girl. Lyrics were not the best, but she still killed it. So I really feel like Edible got played. And I'm going to let you know why. First of all, why didn't Edible make it to the final cipher? But Rose did. And Rose really just said a whole bunch of nothing. It's Rose's voice is very intimidating. She has that New York accent. She has that New York swag. So it's like everybody just looks past the lyrics, though. Like, Rose was not spitting nothing. Like, she wasn't. I'm sorry to tell you, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got the stage presence, too, I guess. Like, she's sitting here, like, huffing and puffing, you know what I'm saying, with her chest out and stuff. Okay, cool. But it's like the lyrics were like, I don't even think it was, child, no punchlines, no rhyming, no nothing, girl. It was just straight. It was basically her talking, her speaking. That's really what it was. It was her speaking over a beat, child. But let's get back on Edible. When I tell y'all, Edible, like, absolutely ate down. Like, I cannot stress this enough. She did so well. She's so quiet and basically fades into the background like damn near the entire show. The only time when I really seen her is one, when she got into it with Jessica Dime at first, and two, one when she got into it with Jessica Dime, and two when she was with the girls who was, you know, doing the do with Tenaki Child. That's really when I seen her. Ever since then, she really faded into the background. But girl, I see you now. Like, she did so well. And last but not least, let's get into Shay Marie. Oh, she killed it, girl. She killed it. It was really hard. Who do y'all think was better, Edible or Shay Marie? Shay Marie did so good, but Edible did really good too. But Shay Marie, girl, oh, she killed it. And she ended up messing up because I think like the background music kind of messed up a little bit. So she ended up basically doing it like a cappella. Oh, girl, she killed it. I ain't gonna lie. I think she was a little bit better than Edible. I don't know. Y'all let me know. But Edible, you still did really, really good, boo. Like, those will be my top two. I'm still surprised. One, I'm not surprised that Tenaki won because, like I said, Tenaki had amazing stage presence. She was hype. She got everybody else hype. Like, she had everybody hype. So it didn't surprise me that she won, but it did surprise me that Edible did not make it to the final cipher. I don't know. I'm not a rapper girl myself, but y'all let me know how y'all felt about these performances, chat, okay? But that was the end of the episode. It ended with the girls doing the cipher, and yeah, let's move on to Deja Vu, chat. Okay, child, so let's get into episode 6 of Deja Vu Las Vegas. I'm not gonna lie, this show is very entertaining to me. Me personally, the only thing I really don't care about is I feel like they don't really go out of their way to protect the women. But that's not even a surprise with NowThatsTV, which is really irritating. Like, there's no way in hell Q should have been able to do what he did to Diamond last episode. But I'm glad that he got done in this episode. So the episode starts off where we basically left off last episode, where Q and, what's his name, Gucci is basically squaring up. They're squaring up, they start throwing blows, and then Gucci ended up on his back, and Q is beating the Mario coins out of Gucci, child, okay? But Gucci is doing a good job at blocking his face. I don't know if y'all seen that or not, but he was doing a really good job at blocking his face to the point where Q started to go for his rib. Child, it was a mess. This was round 1, okay? So Q for sure got the best of Gucci on round 1. Round 2, they squared up. The producers clearly, okay, told them not to grab onto each other. You guys are going to square up. You guys are going to get into it like men. No hair pulling, no grabbing, no nothing. Child, it was ding, ding, ding. Time for them to get into it, girl. And guess what? There goes Q. Grabbing within the first 2 seconds. Girl, first of all, let's get into it. Gucci has one functioning hand, child. The other one is fractured and in a cast. There's no way that you felt the need to grab this man as soon as y'all started to get into it. As soon as y'all started to get down, you grabbing on him. This man has one working hand. That should have been an automatic L, but you lost. So you thought you had the advantage over him. A, because he had one functioning hand, and B, because you was grabbing on him, and then he ended up flipping. Child, and then you ended up on the floor. But what I don't like, Gucci, is how you was tugging at the dreads. For what? You're not a girl. Why are you doing that, girl? Anyways, child, so Gucci got the best of Q that round. Now Q is mad, child. Q got a whole bunch of stuff on his face. It's not looking too good. So he tries to get his round 2. Security's not letting him get his round 2, child. Then he's in security's face. Then security done mushed him. It was just a mess. It was a mess. But I'm not gonna lie. You could tell Q kind of wanted like a little pity party this episode. But me personally, Q, I do not feel bad for you, chap. Like, I would like to be on your side, but it's like you lost me when you did what you did to Diamond the Body last episode. Now, I don't care what happens to you, chap. I don't. Me personally, okay? What else happens this episode, chap? And Kenzie, let me tell you something, child. Girl. Kenzie, you was being real thirsty this episode, girl. Like, real thirsty. You kept pushing up on Q. He was mad. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying, girl. It gave me very much secondhand embarrassment. And actually, when I initially watched the episode, it got so cringy to the point where I turned the episode off and I had to rewatch it the next day. It was just too much. Like, Kenzie, you were just real thirsty. You just a real thirst bucket, girl. Like, I don't think Q wants you like that, and you just kept pushing up on him, and it was obvious, and you was like, my man, but it's not giving my man. Like, and isn't Diamond your friend? Girl, I don't know. Kenzie, I don't really like Kenzie like that. I'm sorry. Speaking of Kenzie and Big Body got into it. I guess Kenzie wanted Big Body out of her room. But Big Body was like, girl, this is not really your room. And then it was just a mess. Big Body was not backing down, though. And she's like, girl, I'm not leaving this room. This is not your room. So they kind of... I don't know what this argument was about. It was giving that both of y'all was drunk and really ain't know what now one of y'all was saying, but I digress, girl. So let's go to the next day. So I think that they are playing Carisha Please. They're playing some type of card game that has to do with drinking. I don't know what they're playing, girl, but they're playing something. And then the conversation kind of shifts to, oh, by the way, this is the very next day. And then the conversation switches to Melissa getting into it with Mac. And I was completely on Mac's side. I'm not gonna lie, I like Mac. I don't know about y'all, but you know, he got done up by Duke, but I still think that Mac is pretty cool. Anyways, so Melissa is being the pick-me girl that she knows how to be, girl. That's what she does best. Melissa is a pick-me fake contact wearing girl. You know what I'm saying? So all of a sudden, she just starts being messy, like out of nowhere. Like, they're having a good time, they're talking, they're mingling, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, she directs her energy towards Mac, and she's like, something like along the lines of like, shut up, that's why you sneak people. Girl, what? Like, first of all, that probably happened days ago at this point. Why are y'all still talking about that? Why are y'all still on that? Like, it's like you're trying to like some type of, like, you're weird. Like, she was trying to start stuff, and I'm like, Melissa, please hush. But she always does this with everybody. Like, it's weird. She's a real pick me. She's a real, I want my camera time, I need my camera time, I'm gonna get it by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? Just like the last episode where Barbie was making her birthday wish, and then Melissa comes out the side of her mouth talking about what she said? She said, she acts like she never had a birthday before. Just real pick me for no reason. So Mac is going off on her, like, off, baby. So Duke catches himself trying to defend her. Oh, you getting real comfortable with that B word. Baby, did it a couple episodes ago you just called Tokyo a monkey? Okay. Yeah, so you're the last one that, and you're the main one that be arguing with girls. So you really should just sit this one out, Duke. Duke just irritates me. Like, I never seen somebody be cute and it just turns so, like, the opposite, like, so quick. I just would not be able to be in the house with him. Like, he just seems like a ball of negative energy. Like, yuck. Anyways, so they're continuing to get into it, and then it basically stops there. But then they preview the next episode where Mac gets an actual girl to check Melissa. I cannot wait to see that, girl. It looks like Melissa got done up. So that's all I have to talk about today pertaining to these two episodes. Go ahead and comment and let me know how you guys feel about these shows. How do y'all feel like the shows are basically progressing? Like, what do y'all think about them? And how do y'all feel about the episode, child? But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell so you know every single time I post a new video. And yeah, it's Messy Maya. Bye. Yours, damn right, it's better than yours.